So today we're in the, like my wife likes to call it, the Brian Iga garden. And pretty excited because it's scape time. It's June, the beginning of June, and this pretty much is when the scapes come out. And what I'm talking about, the scape, is from the hard neck garlic. They're gonna start to flower, and then they have all of these flowers that come up that look like this. So the reason why you want to pick the scape off the garlic is so that the energy gets diverted back down to the garlic bulb, so then it can get bigger, juicier, and just garlic flavored as it's nearing the end of its life. And so at this point, when you see the garlic scape coming off, you turn the water off. You never water them from this point on, and then you just let them dry out. And then you're gonna just, once they're dried out, you just dig them out, and then you just air dry them like I showed you on the previous video. There's several different ways that you can eat this, and it has the texture of like a green bean. You can, maybe I'm gonna try to see if you can hear the snap. No. Okay, you can hear the snap. It has a texture of the green bean, but it's just intense garlic flavor. Just so tender. It's like a green bean with double garlic action. And super spicy right now, super hot, almost like eating raw garlic, but way more tender, a little bit more crunchomatic factor. Anyway, what I do is I do several different applications for this, and I can show them to you in the kitchen once you get in there. But one of the things that I've been doing with this lately is doing garlic butter with this. And I'll show you how I do my garlic butter. And we need the scape and one other ingredient to make my garlic butter, and that's in the greenhouse. That's in the greenhouse over there. So we're gonna go over there right now and grab some the other ingredient. And so the other ingredient we need when we're doing the garlic butter is a ton of parsley. And I haven't been in here for like maybe a couple of weeks because I got so busy, and it just all started to flower, or it's just starting to seed. So basically all you got to do is just like the kale, is when the parsley is starting to give off its flowers and its seed, just cut them down. Just cut them right back down, take them off, take it right back to just cut them off, and then the plant will go right back into producing leaves again, and all the production will go back into making the parsley leaves again. And that way you can extend the life of your parsley by just taking off the flowers. Just like this, and just like that. And then we're probably going to need like a bunch of parsley now. And I have a ton of parsley. All kinds. I have the curly one and the Italian flat. I use a ton of this in my cooking at melange. And like even this, like even the flowers that I took off, even this is all usable and edible. It's like just super tender. I mean, it's all parsley no matter how you slice it, so that's what it is. Anyway, so we're gonna take this parsley and this scape that both came from our garden, and then we'll just turn it into like some amazing garlic butter. So if you want to see how I do the garlic butter, let's go. So we got the scape out of the garden, which is about this much, and just gonna hold back a little bit to eat for fresh. And what you're basically gonna do is take this, chop it into pieces, just enough to get it into the food processor. And you would chop everything, the flower and the stem, because that's where all the garlic power is. And when I was in the greenhouse, I don't know if you remember that I was showing you the parsley, so I'm just gonna like go through this parsley and just take up all of the leaves, because when I make my garlic butter, I like my butter green, which is from the old classic escargot butter that the French used to cover the escargots with. Anyway, I'm gonna peel this and then you can watch me put together the butter. So now that everything is cut, so I got my vegan butter in there, I got my green parsley in there, and then I have the garlic scape in here. So I put a little bit of butter in here, as you noticed when I was mixing it, so it has something to grab, so that it cuts finer. And this is, let me see, 2/3 of the scape I just cut. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna use the amount of scape for the amount of butter that I have. Half the amount of scape to the butter that I'm using. And so the rest of this, I'll put in a container and stick it in the freezer and just use it throughout the year. So usually like one batch of scape can last me one entire year at our restaurant. And so to this we would add a little bit of lemon juice, some nutmeg. Yes, nutmeg. Nutmeg will set your garlic butter off to the entire different level if you don't overpower it. Some white pepper. Yes, white pepper. Again, don't overpower it, just enough. And then the last ingredient is salt. And that should pretty much do it. And so we're just going to mix it up now in the mixing bowl. So that's what it looks like when it's done. It's super yummification is what it is. And I'm excited to try it. I tasted it to adjust the flavor when I was mixing it, and it was just right on point. So anyway, what I do here at Melange is I use a rustic bread recipe for my lasagna, which I've shown, and I usually slather the butter on so that it saturates into the bread when you're eating it. And so we're just gonna bake this off really quick and give it a test drive. So I just took it out of the oven and it looks like this. Super delicious, super full of flavor, and now I'm gonna eat it. Oh my goodness. Like always. So good. So much garlic and parsley flavor. So fresh. Wow. I love this type of garlic bread. I remember my mom before when I was a young kid, she used to like confit the garlic in butter. So when we would sit down for dinner and use it as garlic butter, we would just smear the garlic right on top of the bread and toast and stuff. But the garlic scape can be used in many different places. I hate to use the term stir fry. I just hate the term stir fry. But you can put it wherever you would want garlic. You can either dice it up, cut it up like I did right before I put it in a food processor. Anyway, any which way, it'll still work. It should be, if it's picked young, super tender and super garlicification. So give it a try, and I hope you guys liked it. Put any comments down in the video, or like the video, or any comments, or do whatever you need to. Anyway, thanks for watching.